is to verify the polygon law by using a universal force table. Then the question is, what is a polygon law? Polygon law states that if the body is in equilibrium under the action of a number of coplanar or concurrent forces, in that case, if each force is taken in magnitude and direction by the sides of the polygon, then it should constitute a closed polygon. Now, what is the apparatus that we require to verify the polygon law? One is universal force table, hangers, a spirit level, and there are some standard weights that we utilize in performing our experiment. Now we will focus on this universal force table. If you see, this universal force table has a circular table which has a graduation from 0 degree to 360 degree on its surface. And to perform the present experiment, we are taking a circular ring which is bounded by some threads. The function of these threads is to apply the forces on this ring radially. Now, what we have to do, first we have to check whether this circular table is in horizontal position or not. Why we require that the circular table should be in horizontal position? So that each and every force is in coplane, so in the same plane. If in the same plane, so we have to check this horizontal position with the help of spirit level. Table is horizontal or not. We have to set the spirit level parallel to the two legs of the universal force table. Or we have to check whether this bubble is in horizontal position or not. If this bubble is in the middle position, it means that there is non-uniformity in the level of this circular table. We will put this spirit level parallel to the legs of the universal force table. We have to see whether this bubble is in mid position or not. If the bubble is in mid position, it means that the table is in horizontal position. Then we have to check the horizontal level of the circular table in the perpendicular direction. Or we have to see whether this bubble is in middle position or not. If this bubble is not middle position, if it is tilted to one side, then we have to set this bubble in middle position by adjusting the screws of the table. Now the bubble has come in the middle position. So finally we can say that the circular table is in the horizontal position. Now we have taken two steps to ensure the horizontal position of this circular table. First, we put the spirit level parallel to the two legs. This represents the x direction. Then we put the spirit level perpendicular to the two legs. This represents the y direction. Remember that our body is a planar body. So to ensure the horizontal level of a planar body, the body should be horizontal in x and y direction. So we have followed two steps here. After ensuring that the table is in horizontal position, then we have to set the pulleys at the different radial locations on this table. First pulley that we have to set at the 0 degree, that pulley is known as reference pulley, and the other 4 pulleys can be set at different angles from the reference pulley. For example, the first pulley, that is angle of 50 degree from the reference pulley. The second pulley is the angle of 100 degree from the reference pulley. In the same way, third pulley is angle of 170 degree and fourth pulley is angle of 260 degree. Now these angles can be varied. In the present case, we have taken the arbitrary angles between these pulleys. This one is the reference pulley, this is pulley 1, this is pulley 2, pulley 3 and pulley 4. After putting these pulleys at various angles, then we will try to bring this circular ring in the equilibrium position, because we have taken this circular ring for performing our experiment. So how we will apply the weight on the circular ring? We will apply the weight on this circular ring with the help of these strings, or at the end of this string we will apply the hanger, or we will put the hanger at the end of each string. Remember that we have assumed that these strings are inextensible, but in nature no string or any substance cannot be inelasticable in nature. There will be some extension if you apply a force on a body, but the deformation that is caused by applying the force on these strings is irrelevant to the present case. So, we have assumed the deformations are insignificant and the strings can be assumed inelastic or inextensible. Now, if you see, by hanging the hangers at the end of strings, the ring is not in equilibrium. So, we have to apply the standard weights on the hanger, so that we can bring this circular ring in the mid position. Its standard weight is of 50 gram and hanger is also is of a 50 gram weight. Once you bring this circular ring in the central position by adjusting the weight in different hangers, then how can we ensure that the body is in equilibrium or not? This can be done by seeing through a thread. If this thread appears to pass through the center line of this iron block, in that case we can say that the body is in equilibrium. Here the body is a circular ring. So, we can check by viewing the different threads whether these threads pass through the center of this iron block or not. After ensuring that the body is in equilibrium, we can note down the forces that is generated due to the weight in the hangers. What is the force in the reference pulley? What is the force in this thread, in this thread and in this thread? The force generated in the string that is passing from the reference pulley is termed as F1. In the similar sense, the force that is generated in the thread that is passing through the pulley 2 is termed as F2. In similar way, it is F3, F4, F5. So, we will note down what is the value of F1, which is equal to the weight of the hangers, and it is what is the value of F2, F3, F4 and F5. In the present experiment, the value of F1 is 200 gram, F2 is 190 gram, F3 is 250 gram, F4 is 270 gram and F5 is 210 gram. So, we have now our task is to draw a polygon that should be closed if it is in equilibrium. So, first we will draw a line that is AX in the X direction. Here X direction represents the reference pulley direction, that is at the angle of 0 degree. From the point A, we will take a compass and open it to the magnitude that is equivalent to the force F1, and we will cut the line AX at point B. Remember that the length of the line AB, it is equivalent to the force F1 in magnitude. After cutting the line AX at point B, we will now draw the force F2. The force F2 is angle of theta 2 with the reference direction. So, we will draw a line B, small b, and the same procedure we will follow here. We will keep the compass at point B and we will open it to the length that is in magnitude equivalent to the force F2, and we will cut the line BB at point C. The line BC now represent the force F2. In the similar sense, we will draw F3, F4 or F5. Now, at the end you will see that our fifth side of this polygon is not closing. It means that there are some error that is in performing the experiment. Remember, we have taken the strings are inextensible, but in nature there will be some deformation, there will be some elongation of the strings. And second assumption, the big assumption that we have taken, the pulley are frictionless. It means that there is no friction between pulley and thread, but in actual practice there is some friction. So there will be deviation from the experimental reading and the theoretical reading. That's why the fifth side is not closing. So how can we determine what is the error in the this experiment? We will draw a hypothetical, or you can say a dashed line from the E to A. We will close down this polygon and we will determine what is the magnitude of this force F5. This will be termed as F5 dash, and by subtracting the value of F5 from the F5 dash we can determine what is the magnitude of this error. In this way we can perform this experiment.